Well, I've had about a week off. Last Saturday, early hours of Saturday morning last week, I did a video. It was the middle of the night. I'd got up, and straight away I was so excited. Still about my new video lights. I just ran around and did a video and I looked like total shit. But I said what I needed to say, and that was that. Yeah, it's been a week then. A lot's happened, but nothing's happened at the same time. Nothing much. The shenanigans have continued, the druggings sort of have continued, not to the same degree, but they're still there. And it may be the case that they're sort of introducing them by the back door sort of thing, so it's a gradual change that I don't notice over time. But I noticed them. But anyway, it would be better if they didn't take place, but, you know, like I said, there's nothing I can do about it, so, you know, these are the people with the power to do that, and you know, because the communication's so bad, there's nothing I can say to them, there's nothing they can say to me that will resolve anything much on that score. You know, and, you know, I could go back to '96 and all that, but really, isn't everyone bored of hearing about that stuff now? So yeah, I've settled down as well, quite a lot. You know, that's not just down, you know, psychiatrists and people who are into that belief system, as I'd call it, would love to say that it was down to meds, pharmaceuticals. And that could be the case because they do dull your senses somewhat. But I'd say it's down to a lot of other things as well. I'll get to those in a bit. Monday, mad dash to the flat to pick up some things. Look, well, there's some alright people here. There's some really alright people here. Some of the times they talk, some of the time they talk shit, some of the times they don't, and most of the time it's just more off a duck's back, and you just appreciate that they are actually alright people, most of them. There's some people who are a drag, but you know, that's the way it is in any institution, any grouping of people. And there's just some who I just wouldn't give the time of day to. And there's others who I'm indifferent to. But anyway, yeah, trip back to the flat on Monday. I was allowed to do that, which was good of them. Couple of lads here, pretty good lads. Great to be travelling around the countryside. You know, Worcestershire, where I'm from, has got some great countryside greenery and stuff like that, and just to look at that stuff is just something else. Got back to my flat, picked up a few clothes, picked up a few gadgets, found out that the Apple Watch I thought I'd lost, over 400 quid's worth of kit, was actually on one of my desks. And you know, I felt great for it because I really do like that thing. Yeah, it's not lost after all, you know, so I don't have to think about buying a new one. So yeah, that was about, I was there for about an hour I think I was there, an hour and a half. Managed to get everything I did, but it was a mad dash. Got back here, really excited, overexcited, and started talking way too much to people, going against the sort of type of authentic approach that I'm thinking of trying to get to, but also not so rigidly now, a bit more fluidity and flexibility, and about, you know, my identity, my personas, because like I said before, you know, we do have different roles and different personas and different contexts and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been branching out, and that's been really the main thing I'd say that's really turned things around. Been reading books on things that really interest me. I mean, some of the books date from before '96 and before 2000, but don't read too much into that. It's like, it's just stuff that really interests me, really interesting stuff, and really, you know, that did get me back into the swing of things, of reading stuff that interests me, not the amalgam, right? Not the stuff that the amalgam, all that time the amalgam says, oh, watch this, read this, and all this type of crap. Go here, go there, and all the rest of it. No, oh, thank you very much. I know what I like, and that's what I'll pursue, sort of thing. So I'm reading more books. I'm really, intellectually stimulating the stuff. One individual, Marshall McLuhan, really fascinating guy, really fascinating writer. Read a biography of his as well by Douglas Copeland. I think I mentioned that before. Not the best, not the longest biography ever, not the best biography ever, but pretty good. So I had a bit of a Marshall McLuhan moment, and I'd recommend that to anyone. Branching on YouTube a little bit now and again, but not as impressed with YouTube as I maybe should be. Some of the content's great, some of the short, medium and long form content's great. But to really get to the meaty stuff, I think you've got to look at the long stuff. I've really got to be bothered to stick around watching things for that long. Maybe that's an attention thing that I've developed over time online. Apple News. Immediately, the first instance, I thought this is all right. And then suddenly you start to think, hang on a sec, this shows all the weaknesses that people have pointed out about current day journalism. That they've got their backs against the wall, sort of thing. And they're struggling with financing their operations and so on and so forth, reaching readership with the competition of the internet and multi-channel TV and stuff like that. They've got their challenges, and it shows like clickbait stuff, sensationalism, sensational headlines. I suppose you always had that, but it seems a bit more now. The sense, especially with the tech journalism, there's not one big fuck off advert. I want to read stuff, but it's not about trying to flog me the latest, greatest fucking kit. I've got kit that I quite like at the moment. I don't want to have a fucking complex about the kit that I have got. I want to enjoy it. I want to delve into stuff about tech, the tech world that is actually more than about flogging you the latest gear. Going back to the books. Reading them has sort of got me thinking about a new project. I'll be doing a bit of research about it. Just a mini project, nothing major, but something that I've stumbled upon it essentially through stuff that I was doing for myself that may be of use to other people. Now, it's not some great big philanthropic endeavour and so on and so forth, but it might be of use to some people. So I might set up, after I've done quite a bit more research for a few months, might set up a website or something. So it's just a proposal to people. You could use this and try this for a variety of purposes, therapeutic, creative, and so on. Right, so branching out after 6 weeks of sitting around doing effectively nothing, to the point where my legs and my feet are swollen to fuck, and everyone's shitting themselves about them. But anyway, doing that, I'm starting to walk around a bit. Branching out so quick, after doing nothing but eating fast food for 6 weeks, for about a month to 6 weeks, it became obvious I needed to slow down, because I'd started reading books and everything else, and it was dominating my days after I'd done nothing, 0 to 60, like that. So it's obvious I needed to slow down and take some rests. So I started setting up timers and alarms on my phone to force myself to have a break, because sometimes you do that. You'll set an alarm or a timer, and then all of a sudden you reach for your phone thinking, oh, I'll look up this, I'll look up that, because you're in that mindset, and you do need to say, no, the time's got to see itself out, the alarm's got to see itself out, sort of thing. So I did that. But it's important to have downtime. You can recalibrate, you get perspective, You get new ideas, you see new avenues, you synthesise stuff that you wouldn't have done before, things come together. It's really important to do that now and again. I mean, the amount of times I've heard that type of thing being put forward by people, I'm surprised I keep falling into the trap of doing too much too soon. But then again, I didn't stay slowed down for long because of that project started to excite me so much. Now to the current situation. There's been some good times here, some not so good times here. Like when I go for food, there's always some big deal drama going on usually. Most of the time, if I'm not drugged up or doped up, I'm really not fucking interested. Sometimes, what do I call it? Occasional resistance and counter-hegemony. Like with my counter-narrative to the meta-narrative of all that's gone on for so long. Just this rebellion, this occasional rebellion and resistance that just says, no, I'm not going to just take a whole heap of shit without at least saying in words to the effect of, I don't think so. I'm not going to say anything in response to stuff like that. When people are really coming out with Hollywood B-movie amateur dramatics and all the rest of it. But they go running around trying to work out ways to win with stuff like that. Or then go around trying to figure out ways to, I'm not fine. Come on. We're supposed to be adults and all I thought we were, like sort of thing, but this is the way it is. Like I say, there's some more other people here. There's some who are just a drag. There's quite a few I'm just indifferent to. But yeah. But in the face of institutional power and all that's going on here and elsewhere, it is important to not become subjugated to it, I think. It'd be pretty crazy to, wouldn't it? For the most part, I just, for this, all these shenanigans, I leave them to it. But like, when you're getting your food, it's just like, most of the time you just ignore it and just think, well, that's the nature of, if you want to characterise that way, propaganda and institutional power. And I do start to wonder, hang on a sec, they are in a bit of a state with institutional power that maybe there's certain things they'd like to be able to do that they can't do, and being more reasonable in my approach in that sense. I don't know, because communication, like I've said before, is so bad. And it has been since 96, effectively, because of the sensationalism of a certain group of individuals, especially a photographer, let's put it that way. Bored of it, don't want to go there, but now and again, you let off a bit of steam. And I just wonder, with all that going on, how will they let me go back home because they say it's going to be weeks, not months, before I go back home. But I think, well, if nothing much is going to change between me and a few weeks, how are they going to let me go home and there's going to be no drug-ins and there's going to be no public fucking like there was before? The possibility is they're just giving it time to settle. And then I'll go back there won't be much, and people will find discover that they have actually got the choice of having a life and just getting on with stuff. But yeah, the tribunal that was supposed to take place within 3 weeks of me being here, then suddenly magically didn't happen. Apparently it's going to happen within the next, from the date I was here, it would be 6 to 8 weeks or something. Anyway, it's happening. you know, they already knew that I wouldn't be going to it. But it's going to be via video link. But what that means is they've got more, they can control the proceedings more. So that if I, like I might have done within those 3 weeks, show it up to be a complete farce, in person, face to face, there's not a lot they can do to shut me up. On computer, on a video link, they can just hit the microphone button, hit the camera button, and that's that. But like, even if I was to show it up, you know, what purpose would it serve constructively? Which is the way I tried to do things in a meeting last week. But even so, it doesn't with the psychiatrist, but not necessarily with everyone else. It seems to be a really big deal. Anyway, that's the way it is. So Chilbeen was going ahead, and I'm not going to be part of it, so, you know, they'll continue with these coercive measures over me, and, you know, I've got my version of events in terms of my counter-narrative. There's the meta-narrative. They may want to change the meta-narrative, but there may be reasons for them not being able to do that. I don't know. I've got to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, but anyway. But yeah, do my own thing. I do feel a lot better for doing that. You know, it's like you may notice from this video that things with me have really settled down. And this is the first video I've done for over a week. A week and half a day. But yeah, feeling good. Picking up my interests. Keeping to a solitary existence. The only thing I need to walk more. I do need to get out there more. You know, there will be shenanigans, there will be amateur dramatics, all the rest of it out and about. Which I don't think are in my interests or anyone's interests, ultimately. It's just like, get fucking on with it. You know, it's just like, but anyway, you know, like I've said countless times, I am really not interested in big deal dramatic moments. Right, but a moment that I am interested in, I'm getting some new glasses next week. Look at these. Right, I'm bored of them. I don't like them anymore. They're all right, but I've got a snazzy pair that's sort of just the right, just in the middle between arty-farty and conventional, right? So I can sort of get away with it. I like them. They're pricey. I'm going to be almost skint for about a fortnight, but I can get by. I'll order them in the week to come. More rounded, like I say, and not so square. But yeah, can't wait to get on. Really can't wait to get on. But as soon as I get on, I'll put them on for about a day or two, and then I'll just get bored shit myself and I'm wear them again, hardly ever. So that's the way it is. More money than sense. I don't believe it.